Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Here's everything I'm going to prep today. So I need to do some shredded chicken for a dinner recipe later in the week. I'm going to chop up my produce. I need to ground some ground turkey. I'll make burger patties for tomorrow's dinner. I'm going to do some breakfast roll-ups, also assemble all my lunches. I'm going to show you this meal prep in order. You guys really liked that the last time I did it, so this is the order I actually did all my meal prep in. First up, we're going to do some chicken. Like I said, I need to have some shredded chicken for a recipe later in the week for dinner. So I just have one chicken breast in here. I'm adding in some chicken bouillon, adding in a little bit of water, and then I'm just going to cook this on the poultry setting. I just like to do it this way. It just makes it a lot easier, but I add the chicken bouillon just to add a little bit of flavor because sometimes shredded chicken can be super bland when you cook it this way, rather than like a rotisserie chicken, which has some flavor from cooking with spices and all that. So anyway, 15 minutes on the pressure cooker, then I'm going to go into chopping up my produce. So as usual, I have quite a bit of produce that I need to get cleaned up and ready to go for the week. So as always, I have some green onions. I love green onions, and I know you can grow them yourself. People tell me all the time, save the bottoms. Y'all, I'm just not very good at growing anything, and I would save them, and then something would happen, and I'd forget about them, and it would just be a nightmare. I really wish I could be have a green thumb because I would love to grow my own herbs. I've tried it. It's just, I think some people have it and some people don't, and I don't have it. So anyway, yeah, I know a lot of people tell me this all the time, but I use green onions on everything. Absolutely love them. They are my favorite onion for sure out of all the onions out there. Other things I need to prep, I want to chop up some cucumbers that I'll use for my lunches and also just for snacks through the week. I love chopping cucumbers. I think the smell of cucumbers, isn't it good? It's like fresh and I don't know, just absolutely love it. So I'm just chopping up a cucumber, and then I need some bell peppers. The green bell pepper I'm going to use for my lunch recipe, so you'll see that coming up. And then I'm going to chop up just a half of a red bell pepper just to use for hummus and dips and things like that. Cilantro that I'll be using for various recipes throughout the week. And then I am going to chop up some turkey pepperoni, which you'll see for a lunch recipe here in just a few minutes. Had some grapes, so I got those all cleaned up and ready to go. So first up, we're going to ground up some ground turkey. This is a 99% fat-free. We're going to use this for our tacos. Now, I was going to do mini tacos, but honestly, it just seemed more work than it really needed to be. So I'm just doing full-size tacos for one of my lunch, or two days next week for my lunches. But first up, we need to cook up this ground turkey. So have this ground turkey, and I did spray it with just a little bit with some cooking spray because the 99% fat-free ground turkey is just so hard sometimes. While that is cooking, we're going to jump over to make our turkey patties. So for my dinner Monday night, I'm going to grill some turkey burgers on the grill. So I have another pound of the 99% fat-free ground turkey. I have this caramelized onion burger, which is really good seasoning, and some roasted garlic salt seasoning. We're going to put that on the inside of this. So I don't really measure as usual. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it liberally on there, sprinkle the other one. And I just like to get the ground turkey to be really flavorful because you guys know ground turkey can just, like I said, be kind of bland, especially the 99% fat-free. So I like to use a lot of spices on this. So I'm just going to mix that up. And then we are going to make 4 turkey burger patties. And like I said, I'm going to cook this on the grill Monday night, but I like to have all the stuff ready because you guys know I work 40 hours plus outside the home. And so, I at a regular job, YouTube's not my job. So I do like to have as many things prepped as I can and ready to go. And so that's why just making these turkey burgers ahead of time, less I have to do when I get off work. I can just come right in, throw those on the grill, and it is ready to go. Taco seasoning for my taco meat. You guys know I make my own taco seasoning. I showed that last week in last week's meal prep video, and I also have a whole video on 4 or 5 different DIY spice blends. So check out either last week's meal prep video or that DIY spice blend video. Now to this, we're going to add in some fat-free refried beans. I have these black bean ones. These are 0 points. And I like to put it in with the meat. It's just one less step when you're stuffing your tacos. And it just tastes really good. So I'm just going to mix that around and just get it all incorporated. And like I said, it's just one less step to have to do when you are stuffing your tacos. It's just all together. It tastes really good. I'll have some of this left over, and so I can use it for dinners or just to have for some wraps or something. Okay, If you spray your hands a little bit with some cooking spray, that really helps when you're messing with ground turkey, especially 99% ground turkey messing with, but you guys know what I mean. When you're working with the really extra lean meats, and this also works for ground beef as well. The fat in the turkey, in like the 93% or the 80%, it really helps, you know, with the not as sticky, but for some reason the 99% is just super sticky. And so for spraying your hands with a little bit of that cooking spray, it really helps when you're forming the patties. It's just a little tip. So normally I would have weighed these out, but because these are 0 points anyway, because the 99% fat-free ground turkey is 0 points for me for my plan, I didn't worry about weighing them out, but typically I would weigh them on a scale and have each patty be about the same. I'm going to actually be wrapping these in tortillas, so kind of like a crunch wrap burger. So stay tuned for my Monday What I Eat video, which will actually be up Tuesday, and you will see how I put those together. I try to stick to my meal plan, but sometimes I don't, but so this may not, you know, it'll be one of the days this week for sure, because I'm already making these patties, but my plan is to have it for Monday night's dinner. So stay tuned for that video, and you'll see how I throw together the tortilla wrapped burgers. I've done that before, and they are super good. So like I said, I like to put a lot of seasoning. So I'm using this red garlic seasoning, which has a little bit of cayenne in it. So it has a little bit of a kick to it. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on top and then wrap these with some plastic wrap. And these are going to go in the refrigerator so they are ready to go. Now for my favorite part of meal prep, I'm going to start checking off some things off my list. So we've done the chicken Instant Pot. We've cut up the produce. We have done the ground turkey with the taco meat and made the burger patties. Now we're going to do some scrambled eggs. So one of the things I'm going to show you here in just a few minutes is a breakfast like roll up using crescent rolls. So first up, we need to scramble some eggs. Ideally, I think it would have been easier thinking back now. I should have like made these all like kind of more like an omelet style, because then it would have been, I could have just rolled it up and cut it in little slices and put them in to roll up. So maybe do that if you make this. I'm using the Kinder's roasted garlic salt. Love this. You guys know I'm obsessed with the Kinder's spices right now. But yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about when I do the roll-ups. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I would suggest doing like an omelet type thing for it instead of the scramble. So these are the crescent rolls I'm using. They're 90 calories. They're 3 points a piece. I'm using a half of a slice of the fully cooked bacon, which I'm really pretty sure will probably be 0 points, but I'm not positive. I will have the points for my plan. I'll try to remember to put that up on the screen. I'll put them into the tracker. And I'm going to use some of the Velveeta shredded cheese. Again, I'm using just a half of a serving on this for the cheese because I weighed it all out. But you see here, so I'm putting some of the egg, a half of the slice of the bacon, and some cheese. I really think it would have been a lot easier to roll up if the eggs had been more like in a full piece versus the shredded, versus the scrambled. And the cheese that kept falling out, I just went ahead and sprinkled that on top. I just thought it would be like an extra layer. This is going to go, I'm actually going to set these aside while I make the other thing that needs to go in the oven, but these will go into the oven at 375 for 15 minutes. But first up, we're going to make our English muffin pizza. So I'm using these English muffins from Walmart, and then I'm going to make my own sauce. I don't like pizza sauce, so I make my own. So I just have some tomato sauce. I'm going to add in, again, some of this red garlic seasoning and then some Italian herbs. And that's how I make my pizza sauce. To me, that tastes a lot better than whatever they do in pizza sauce. I don't know. I'm so picky about my pizza and my pizza sauce. I've always been that way. So we're just going to put that in there. I'm going to stir that up. And then we will just spoon that on top of our English muffins. Now again, the tomato sauce is 0 points, so I'm not worrying about measuring it out. I did weigh out my cheese. You guys saw me, I already cut up all my pepperoni, and I'm using 3 slices of pepperoni per, so like 3 full slices, but I cut the slices in half. So I will be having 3 of these English muffins for each of my lunches. Again, when you see, I'll pop up how many points it is for my plan, but just remember some things may be lower in points for me than they are for you. But I'm just going to go in and first put on the sauce. And then like I said, I weighed out how much I would need for each of these pizzas in the cheese, which I did 1/8 of a cup, which a serving is a 1/4 cup. So I'm putting just 1/8 of a cup on each one of these. The pepperoni, I'm going to add on a little bit of red onion and then some green bell pepper. And here we go. So these will go into that same oven with the breakfast roll-ups at 375, and these will take about 20 minutes. They take a little bit longer than the other ones. While those are in the oven, we're going to make our tacos, which are going in the air fryer. So I have these extra thin yellow corn tortillas, which you need to soften up in the microwave. I did it this way for the first 3, but honestly it didn't work as well. So for the second 3, I just actually got them wet and then put them in the microwave, and that works so much better at 20 seconds. But anyway, these worked for now, but I just really suggest like really getting them super wet and then putting them in the microwave for 20 seconds. I think it worked a lot better than the paper towel method. So I'm just putting some of that mixture on here. This is that ground turkey refried bean mixture, which will be 0 points. And 3 of these extra thin corn tortillas are 2 points, I believe. And then again, I have some cheese. I'm going to be using the Velveeta Mexican style cheese, which I'm just using, again, 1/8 of a cup in each one of these, and then just folding it over. So they will crack if they're not wet enough. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and make 6 of these because I'm going to do 3 of them in each of my servings. And then I'm just going to go in the air fryer. So I like to use one of these little things for the air fryer. It just helps keep them from sticking. So I'm going to spray each one of these on both sides, which I kind of, the second time around, I kind of learned a little bit more, and I sprayed them before I put them into the container. So I'm going to spray both sides with some cooking spray here. And then if you guys don't use an air fryer a lot, you probably don't know this, but if you use it a lot, you're totally going to relate. Things fly around in the air fryer if they're really lightweight. So I knew these would not stay closed up. So I have this little pie plant pan that came with one of my air fryers, and it's supposed to cook like you're supposed to put, like, make little cakes or pies in there. So I'm putting that on top, putting it in the air fryer at 400, and I'm going to cook it for 5 minutes, flip them over, and then cook them for another 5 minutes. And the recipe that I found said 3 minutes, but they were not done enough after 3 minutes, so I'm doing 5. So when my chicken's all done, you see how easy this shreds up, and it smells amazing because I used that chicken bouillon. Like I said, just add some flavor. This is going to go into a Mexican chicken enchilada casserole with like cauliflower rice. No, I'm not using cauliflower rice. I'm going to use jasmine rice in it because I have some jasmine rice left over. So stay tuned for that recipe. I believe I'm going to do that on Wednesday. So that'll be in Thursday's video. Don't mind my dog who's over there hacking because he is bored of me talking. Okay, so this is me attempting to flip them over while I have the camera in front of me. Did not work, so I did flip them over. The last thing on my list is to make some hard-boiled eggs. I showed this in many of my meal preps, so I'm not going to show the whole process. So I just put these in my Instant Pot. I put like a cup of water in the bottom, and I do it about 5 minutes on high pressure, and then I let it natural release for 5 minutes, and then I just stick them in an ice bath for a long time. But you can do them for like 5 minutes just till they cool down, and then they peel amazing. So you can check out some of my other meal prep videos. I show that a lot, but that's literally all it is, the 5-5-5 method, and it's super easy. I forgot to show you that all my produce is done. My shredded chicken is done. So I am prepped for the week as far as snacks and just making dinners. Super easy for me. I love to do that. Here are the English muffin pizzas. Don't they look absolutely amazing? So we're going to go and build those boxes. Like I said, I'm going to do 2 of these for 2 of my days for lunches. I actually only work 4 days this next week, so I'm just doing 2 and 2. So we're going to put 3 of those English muffin pizzas in there. And I just figured 2 may not be enough. You guys know I like to have my calories in the first part of the day because that's when I'm the hungriest. I'm not as hungry at the end of the day, so I do like to get my calories in quite a bit at lunchtime. I'm going to add in some grapes and some strawberries. I was going to add in some vegetables, but I like to do my vegetables in a separate little container and have those with like my hummus or whatever like kind of dip or anything that I have. So I figured I'm just going to do fruit in these. That way it makes me eat up my fruit because I eat my vegetables up more than I eat my fruit up during the week. And so this will just kind of force me to eat my fruit up and to kind of vary my snacks a little bit. So these, again, I will have up on the screen. I haven't put them in my tracker yet, how many calories and how many points they are for my plan, but don't those look absolutely amazing? And speaking of looking amazing, look at my breakfast roll-ups. Do these not look so good? And I'll tell you, I tried one, amazing. So again, I will have the points and the calories here on the screen. My tacos are done. Here they are. The second set definitely turned out better, which are the ones that are on the left on the screen. Again, I'm adding in some strawberries and some grapes to these. So I have 3 of those tacos. I will pair them with some guacamole. I didn't want to open my guacamole because I didn't want it to go brown. So I have some guacamole and some salsa that I will pair this with. And I think I may have a little bit of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, which is what I use in place of sour cream. But I also have some like Old El Paso queso sauce and some ranch zesty sauce from Old El Paso, so I may use those for that. So just stay tuned for my daily what I eat videos, and you'll see how I end up putting these all together. And you guys, that is everything. I finished my entire list today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and saw kind of how I organized my meal prep and how I always get it done so quickly. This was a 90-minute meal prep, but mainly because I had to, that was actually from start to finish, clean up and moving my camera around and everything, but 90 minutes out of my day to be totally prepared for the entire week. And I want to thank you guys, as always, for taking time out of your day to watch my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.